Hello, hello. Yeah, so this stream is about doing C++ today, so we will be exploring some of the resources and try to code. Uh, okay, so I'm thinking of doing continuing from here, maybe here from here, or it will be which website we are doing. Okay, I think it was this. Maybe was this. Mm, we'll be doing this after we complete from there. Okay. So yeah, let's just dive into it. Okay. Let's not waste any time. And do we have okay, this? Okay, we have only hello world. Okay, the quickest way of doing these things are these. Okay, these are the syntax here. Mm, we have read about all of these. Okay. I think we were where. I think I should be logging into this so that like I will be able to track where we have completed it. Okay. Okay. So okay. Uh, we have exhausted our limit. I think. Okay. That is fine. Okay. So we have to cover it like this. Okay. I think I have. Okay. We do not have what we have last time. So we have to continue it like this. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. 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 So yeah, we were saying this is how we write a statement. We have to every statement that needed to end together. It should be end with a semicolon. Okay. In Python, many statement most C++ contain many statement. The statement are expected one by one in the same order as they are written. Okay, so they are executed line by line in which they are written. Example is this. Okay, you understand. Okay, so it needed to end with this. Okay, that's good. Challenges are creating a simple C++ program. They are testing your understanding of C++ by completing a small coding challenge. Okay, so we have to do what? Okay, so we have to use the editor uh, to write a main function. Okay, and use code to print this thing. Okay, it should be ending with this. I think it is easy enough. We just need to write main. Okay. Okay, this time I can't. Okay. Return 0. And I think that is good to go. Then we trying to chart C++ output. You get the count objective together with these. Okay, so we write the this operator after we write cout. Okay, is used to output the value and print the text. Okay, just remember to surround the text with double quote. Okay, so we need to surround the uh, value or text with a double quote if we are trying to print a string. Okay. You can add as many cout object as you want. However, note that it does not insert a new line. Okay, uh, so it is saying something like this. Okay, let's say if I wanted to create something test.cpp. Okay, this okay. Okay, so even if like okay, yeah, even if I write how many times this cout. Okay, just a moment. Huh? Okay. Yeah. So we were saying, yeah, so even if you write something like this, let's suppose you want to have printed hello, okay, hello over here, and we printed with us given break over here, okay. So you printed the word over here. So this, even if you write it in the new line, okay, does not create that create this thing, create the new line, okay. Return input. Okay, so it does not return the hello. It does not write the word in the new line. It writes the word in the exact same line. Okay? So that is what we wanted to say. If you wanted to write it in the new line, you need to write it either like this. Okay? So if you can write it like this, okay, to make it in the new line, or you can do one more thing, and that is to uh, write it like this, okay, using AND, okay. Uh, okay, so these both does the same thing, but different does there is a difference between them, okay. That is why they exist. Okay. In larger test cases, the slash backslash and runs faster than the AND, so that is why mostly people prefer to write backslash n, or I have written it like this. So even if I write and L, okay, so it will be executing backslash n. So that is why I'm always writing this in my template, okay. So even if I write it like this, so it will be uh, considered to be written it like this, okay? So that is all. It, you can add as many count object as you want, and however note that it does not insert a new line, okay. So it, even if you write these things in both in the new line, it does not makes it in the new line until unless you are writing it like with the backslash n, or maybe with the sorry, my bad, maybe with the ended, okay. So either you have to write it with the backslash n, or maybe with the ended, okay. And yeah, that is how you do it. I think that is all. I think, yeah. And if you wanted to know why is this thing happening, I can show it to you if I have remembered. Okay. Okay, I have done it in the where was it? I think it was, okay. I think it was in okay. So this is where it is written together. So this is the difference between backslash and okay. If you really wanted to experience what difference they are making. So in the end, what is happening? It is taking the input by input. Okay. So let's suppose okay, my bad, there was let's suppose if you are taking okay, why is going to Why is it not typing anything? Okay. Okay. Let me give an example. Today, let's suppose if we are using a comma b, okay, and we are taking another variable. Let's suppose c, okay. We are have initialized these three variables, okay, and we are taking input of a and b, okay, and then we are printing sum of printing sum of uh, okay, printing the sum of a and b. Okay? So this is what happens. Okay, and let's suppose if we are only printing the c over here. Okay? So this is what happening. Okay? So how does handle works? Okay? In handle, this thing happens like it will create the variable of a and b. It will take the input for a and b, and it will print this thing first. Okay? Then it creates c. Okay? It creates the input for c, then it prints this. Okay? So this is how handle works. But in Beck's lesson, okay? Just a moment. I thought this the screen was not visible. Okay, yeah, my bad. Okay, so I thought maybe there are two windows now. There are still the single window, but I don't know why screen was not visible. Okay, now it is visible. But so let's continue. Okay, so I was saying, is it visible? Okay. Yeah. So I was just saying, okay, let's suppose how does Endel works? Okay, in Endel, what happens? Okay, uh, if we are creating something, okay, so in Endel, it will create the if you are aware with how does the memory management works in C, okay, even if you are not aware with it, that is totally fine, okay. So here we have our text, okay, and here we have our we initialize all the variables, so it will initialize the variable a and b, okay. Then what it does, okay, in the stack, uh, it will initialize these things here, this thing, and then it will print this output, and then it will initialize c, take the input of c, then it will going to print the c, okay. So that is how this is working over here, okay. it will create the variable, then it execute it line by line, then it take input for C, it will create the variable C, take input for C, then it will print C. But in end backslash n, what happens? Okay, this is the order. It creates the variable. Okay, it creates the variable. It takes input for whatever it wanted to. Okay, it take the input, and after then it will it will print all the things. Okay, or it will print all the things, and that is why it is faster, because in C in code forces, okay, the the input is already defined. Okay, if you go to any problem, okay, uh, we have defined all the input. We don't need it to stop and wait for the IO. Okay, I have told you how does the non-primitive non-primitive uh, multi-programming works. Okay, in this it have to go for the, let's suppose, even if we write our code in the ready queue, it goes to CPU to be executed, but it goes to the IO. Okay, it goes to the IO, and then it go when it get the input and output, then it go to the ready queue, then it again go to the CPU to execute. And if, let's suppose, if we having let's suppose it takes the input as 3, which is T. Okay, and then it take input for this, then it take input for this, then it could in go like they take input for this. So it is a hectic process. Let me just give me a moment. Okay, I have to do something today. It is important. Let's continue. So I was saying here, let me copy these here so that I will be able to explain it to you. Okay. So what happens today? So suppose we are taking exam. Let us take even a smaller example today. So we will be able to understand. Okay. So Let us take an example of this first. Okay. In handle, how does this thing happen? Okay. Let's suppose this we are taking a value of t. Okay, so this is a value of t, and in C++, it will go in C++ with the help of handle. What it will be doing. Uh, what will be happening? It will be like going line by line. It will take a input of t. Okay, so then there would be a for loop over here. I'm just writing the algorithm, not writing the full code. Then what happened? It will be running for loop till t. So it required t. Yeah, it required t, and then the for loop will run for. And let's suppose for this it will be running 2 times. So it will take input of these. Okay, in this particular for loop. So it will be what it will be doing. It will be taking an array or whatever it is. Is it an array? Okay, so it is taking value n y n k y. Okay, yeah. So it is taking a value of n k y in this for loop, and okay, so in the second line it is taking the array of, you can think of it as an array or a vector of length k. Okay, so this is what is happening in this question. So what in the with the help of ender, what is happening? It will take the value of a t, and then it will run the for loop. Okay. In this, it will be taking the value of nkxy. Okay, and then it will be creating this array. Okay, then it is running in this way. Okay, but in ender, it is not running it in this way. In ender, what is happening? First, it will take all the values. Okay, of all of these. Okay, for all of these. Uh, it will be happening 2 times. So it will be taking all the value initially, and then it is executing the command it needed to execute. So that is how it is happening over here. It is taking all the value in one go, because in here all the value is defined perfectly how it needed to. Okay, so that is why it is running much faster, because it is going to this loop. Okay, because it is going to this loop only one time while taking this input. Okay, so because all the input is defined perfectly, it is going it is taking input in one go. But in this case, it is taking input for t. It is preventing to this thing. Okay, to go to the IO state, waiting stage or waiting queue. Then it goes to the ready queue. Then it goes to CPU. Then the CPU asks it to okay, fetch me the input for nkj. So goes to the input or waiting queue. Even for smaller thing, so it might have taken the exact almost the same time as how much time it have taken for uh, the endl, sorry, backslash n. But for a larger number of test cases, you can definitely see how much overhead it will be going to take, because it has to take for each line of the input. It has to go to the waiting queue to wait for the input, and then go to the ready queue. Okay, so uh, that is why it is like much slower than the backslash n. And a simpler example of this would be, let's suppose if it is taking a variable as a and b. Okay, and then it is printing a plus b. Okay, then it goes to take input for this, and then it is printing C. Okay? So that is how it is happening for this. Okay? But in \n it is taking uh, input first, and then it is doing the print. Okay? Statement and all of this. Let me show it to you how is it working in real time. Okay? So what is happening in let's suppose I'm using handle first. Okay? So it is taking it asks me to uh, give two input. Okay? Which asks me to enter two number, which I will be entering one and two. Okay? And okay, okay. Why is it taking it like this? It should not have be doing like this. I don't know why. Okay, I let me show the same code in C++. I think I've done some configuration that is making this thing happen. So I will be opening VBS code for it to run normally. Okay, I will be showing it to you in VBS code. Okay, this is the file. Where was it? Was there? Okay, I'm opening it forward. Okay, let me share it. Let me share it here. Okay, let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so this is the same code that is written over there. Okay, so what we're doing. Okay, so let's just try to test this thing together. So let me compile the code first so that we can do what we wanted to do. Okay, we have to compile it as it is. Okay, uh, a.out. Okay, so using endl together, this is a method using endl because yeah, this is not printing over there. I think I have done some of the optimization in the backend, so that is why it is not happening because this is the same code that I have written over there also. So it is asking me to enter two numbers, so I will be entering one and two. Okay, so the enter two. Okay, so this should be why is it not printing? Okay, so this okay, I have used endl over here also. So if I remove this, okay. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. So what? Why is this? Okay, so yeah, this works. So it is asking me to enter two number. I will be entering two number, which will be one and two. Okay. So and then it is giving me the sum of this number. Okay. Then it will be asking me to if I put handle here. So this line will execute first. Okay. This line will execute first, and then it will wait for me to okay okay. What was it? Okay. Then, but okay, so this will ask me two number one two, and it is giving the sum, and then it is asking me to enter the third number. I will be entering the third number, which will be let's suppose 10. Okay. So in total, it is giving me the sum of the total number. Okay. So and let's just uh, read about how is it it is going to be inside this. So let me do one thing. Let me print these also so that like we can able to get the context. Okay. Uh, okay, entering two numbers one and two. It is giving me the sum of one and two and asking me to write the and enter the number for the third number. Okay, so I will be entering the third number, which will be 10. So it will be giving me the sum of these numbers. And then we let's see the how is it happening in the this thing. Okay, so I'm using dex lesson. Okay, instead of where I'm using endl. Okay, all the places where I'm using endl, I'm using this thing. So it will be taking the all the input in one go. Let's suppose one, two, and then even if I press enter, and I will pressing 10. So it is uh, taking all the input in one go, and then it is executing all the things like this. Even if I initializing it later, so it will be not executing these command first and taking an input like this, and then it is taking the then it is executing the command. So that is the difference between these. So it goes to the waiting queue. Sorry, goes to the waiting queue only once, and but in the case of ender, goes to the uh, it goes to that thing quite frequently. Okay, so that is the difference. Even if I go to ChatGPT and try to find some official definition, uh, okay, let us try to read it through. Just give me a moment. Uh, okay, so yeah, let's move forward. Where was I? Okay, explaining the how does this text lesson and that thing work. I've shown you example how does it work exactly. Uh, I have shown you example of how does it work properly. So yeah, that is how it works, and that is why it is faster. Let's move forward. So okay, um, okay, okay. Um, we need to delete this. So now we were discussing about how we are testing uh, genes. Okay. So yeah, that is how it works. Okay. Even if you write it in the next line, you need to write it either by text lesson or you can write it with the help of and. Okay. So these are all the two ways that how can you go to the next line. Okay. Mm, and yeah, that is how it works. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay, so that is how it works. Even these things, it will be going to join and it is going to print in the same line. Okay, let's try to print this thing. Okay, we try to print this thing. Okay, so what will happen? It will be printing in the same line. Okay, instead of printing it in the next line, because even though these are two different statements and the first statement was closing into this here, but to go to the next line we need to print use ender or maybe uh, backslash n. Okay, and answer for this is I think this. That is how it works. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, let just give me a moment. Huh? Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Okay, so we will be continuing tomorrow. I have to go somewhere. Okay. I don't want to put this stream like this because it might take much more time than initially I thought. So I have to end the stream. But yeah, we will be continuing from tomorrow. This is the only day that is happening.